Welcome. I'm Kiko Tanaka. I work from a Japanese wellness tradition that focuses on rhythm, timing, and how the body changes as we age. If you've ever found yourself waking up in the middle of the night and wondering why your body won't stay asleep, you're not alone.
And I'm Dr. Sterling. I come from a clinical background where I've spent decades reviewing metabolic, liver, and hormone-related health protocols. Many adults over 50 experience night waking, not because something is wrong, but because their physiology is changing.
In this episode, we're having a thoughtful conversation about night fatigue and waking around 3 in the morning. We'll look at ideas shared by Barbara O'Neill and Dr. Eric Berg, give them credit for their work, and gently explore how these protocols may need to be adjusted for seniors.
This isn't criticism, it's an audit, so you can better understand what applies to your stage of life and what may need more nuance.
Let's begin.
So let's start with that exact moment. I mean, it's a story I hear all the time. You fall asleep just fine, everything seems normal, but then boom, you're wide awake.
And when you look at the clock, it's always that same window, isn't it? Somewhere between 2 and 3 in the morning.
Inevitably.
And it's a very specific kind of waking. It's not a gentle, groggy thing. It's alert. Your eyes are wide open.
Exactly. It's startling. And Dr. Eric Berg, he really points to one primary culprit. He talks about our cortisol rhythm.
Okay, but let me stop you there, because when I mention cortisol, my clients always say, I'm not stressed. You know, they're retired, they're happy. So why would their stress hormone be spiking in the middle of the night?
That's the key misunderstanding. We think of cortisol as just the fight or flight hormone for emotional stress. But it's also, it's a logistics manager. It manages your body's fuel.
Fuel?
Yes, fuel.
Yeah.
Your brain needs a constant supply of glucose, of blood sugar, even when you're sleeping. And if that blood sugar drops too low, that's called hypoglycemia, the brain sees it as an emergency.
A survival threat.
A major survival threat. It panics and tells the adrenal glands to release cortisol.
And the cortisol is the fix.
It is. Cortisol signals the liver to dump its stored sugar into your blood to feed the brain. It's a lifesaver, really. But the side effect of that cortisol surge is that it wakes you up. It's like a shot of adrenaline.
So the waking isn't the problem, it's the solution to a different problem, a metabolic one.
Precisely. Your body's just saving you from a fuel crash.
What's so fascinating to me is the timing. Because in my tradition and in traditional Chinese medicine, there's the organ clock. And the hours between 1 and 3 in the morning are specifically liver time.
The timelines match up perfectly. Whether you look at it through a Western or Eastern lens, the liver is right there, center stage.
It's the body's night shift. That's when all the heavy cleaning is supposed to happen.
Right. And if you're waking up, it often means that cleaning crew is, well, overwhelmed.
Yes, that's a great word for it. And this brings us to Barbara O'Neill's work. She has such a vivid way of explaining this. She calls it the dirty kitchen analogy.
It's a fantastic analogy.
She says to imagine cleaning a kitchen that hasn't been deep cleaned in, decades. You're pulling everything out of the cupboards.
And what does that kitchen look like during the cleaning process?
Oh, it's a total disaster. It's 100 times messier than when you started.
Exactly. And that mess is a very real biological process. This is where O'Neill explains the phases of liver detox, and it's so important for seniors to understand this.
Because the cleaning can actually make you feel worse for a little while.
It can. So let's break it down. You have a toxin maybe from food or medication. It's usually fat soluble, so it's stored away in your fat cells.
Kind of locked away? Benign for the moment.
Right. But to get rid of it, the liver has to unlock it. That's phase 1. The liver breaks the toxin down into something called a metabolite.
And this is where the danger comes in.
This is the danger zone. That metabolite can be incredibly volatile. Sometimes 100 times more toxic than the original substance.
Wait, really? The cleaning process itself creates a more potent poison?
Temporarily, yes. It's like taking asbestos out of a wall. The moment you disturb it to remove it, the air becomes toxic. You've released the danger.
And for our older body, that feels like the real challenge. We might be good at ripping out the asbestos, but maybe not so fast at bagging it up.
That's the perfect way to say it.
Yeah.
Bagging it up is phase 2. It's a process called conjugation. The liver takes that dangerous metabolite and binds it to an amino acid. It essentially puts the poison in a sealed, waterproof bag.
Which makes it safe and water-soluble.
Exactly. And once it's in the bag, you can move to phase 3, which is just elimination.
Taking the trash to the curb.
Right. through your kidneys or your colon. But here's the warning from O'Neill that is so critical for seniors. If your phase 2 is slow or your phase 3 is blocked because you're constipated,
You're just living in a house full of loose asbestos.
you're living with recirculating toxins. And that's why you wake up feeling hot or nauseous or with that terrible taste in your mouth.
So her advice is to not push the detox too hard. Make sure the exit doors are open first.
100%. Hydration, bowel regularity, those are non-negotiable. Don't start a big cleanup if you can't take the trash out.
Don't leave the rubbish at the door.
Precisely. Now this brings us back to Dr. Berg, because all this liver work and cortisol spiking is often made worse by a simple deficiency. A mineral deficiency.
Magnesium.
The master mineral. He calls it the body's relaxation mineral.
We hear about it all the time, but the physical signs he mentions for a deficiency are so clear. Because a blood test isn't very reliable, is it?
Not at all. Most magnesium is inside your cells. So Dr. Berg says to look at your muscles. The absolute classic sign is the toe cramp.
Ugh, the worst. You just point your toe in bed and your whole foot seizes up.
It's awful, but it's a great lesson. Calcium is what makes a muscle contract. Magnesium is what tells it to relax. If you're low on magnesium, the calcium stays put and the muscle stays locked.
So a cramp is basically a muscle that can't let go, doesn't have the key to unlock.
Exactly. And if your foot is cramping, you have to wonder what the muscles in your blood vessels are doing.
Right, that affects blood pressure.
It does. And this leads to a really serious point Dr. Berg makes about timing.
The 6 a.m. danger zone.
Yes. Statistically, there's a spike in heart attacks and strokes right around 6 a.m. And he notes that this is exactly when your body's tissue levels of magnesium are at their absolute lowest.
So you've run out of the relaxation mineral right when your morning cortisol is starting to rise.
It's a collision course, which is why he argues, and I think he's right, that taking magnesium before bed is a safety strategy, especially for seniors.
And he's very specific about the type, magnesium glycinate.
Yes, glycinate because it's bound to glycine, an amino acid that also helps calm the nervous system. It's the best 1-2 punch for sleep.
Now, there's another mineral he talks about that is a bit controversial.
Salt.
Salt. We've been told to avoid it for so long. But he says that craving for chips at night might be your body telling you something important.
It's a very counterintuitive idea, but sodium actually helps to lower the stress response from the adrenals. If you're too low in sodium, your body can actually increase adrenaline to try and hold on to what little it has.
So avoiding high-quality sea salt could actually be part of what's keeping you wired at night?
It's possible.
Yeah.
And he mentions a specific symptom to look for, which is the pounding heart.
Oh, I know this one. You put your head on the pillow and you can hear your pulse in your ear. That whoosh, whoosh sound.
That's often a sign of a potassium deficiency, or that your body's a bit too acidic. It's an orchestra, you know. Sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium, they all have to be in tune.
It's a complex system. So, okay, we've audited the biology. Let's make this practical. How do we audit our evening routine?
Let's start with the food, the input. We know the 3 a.m. wake up is often a blood sugar crash.
Which means there must have been a blood sugar spike earlier.
What goes up must come down. A dinner of pasta, white rice, dessert that sends your sugar soaring. Then your insulin overcorrects and you crash while you're asleep.
This is where the term naked carbs comes in. I love that visual.
It's a great term.
A piece of bread is naked. A cracker is naked. It turns to sugar almost instantly. You need to dress it.
With fat and protein.
Exactly. A little cheese, a hard-boiled egg, a handful of nuts. The fat slows everything down. You get a gentle curve, not a spike and a crash.
And after you've eaten that balanced meal, there's one habit that I think is the single most powerful tool for this: the post-dinner walk.
And we're not talking about a power walk here, are we?
No, not at all. You don't want to raise adrenaline.
Yeah.
This is a gentle stroll. 15 minutes is plenty. Your big leg muscles just soak up the extra glucose from your blood without needing a big insulin response. It's like manually balancing your blood sugar.
So simple. Eat, walk, stabilize.
It's the best insurance policy against that 2 a.m. alarm.
Dr. Berg also has that hack with apple cider vinegar. I want to touch on it, but with a note of caution.
A big note of caution. It's highly acidic. You never take it straight. It can damage your teeth and your esophagus.
But the idea is that it helps with blood sugar.
It does. It can help your cells be more sensitive to insulin. But the protocol is very strict. 1 tablespoon in a large glass of water. And use a straw.
And if you get heartburn, you stop.
Immediately. It's not for everyone.
The last piece of the routine is light. We think about what goes in our mouth, but what goes in our eyes is just as important for setting our clock.
Light governs the whole circadian rhythm.
And we all know about blue light from screens at night. It just kills your melatonin production. You're basically telling your brain it's noon.
You are.
Yeah.
But what I love that Dr. Berg brought up was the flip side. Infrared light. The light from a candle or a fireplace, he says that light is actually melatonin friendly.
It's ancient, isn't it? As the sun went down, our ancestors switched to firelight. It's a natural signal to wind down.
It is. But you also need the start signal in the morning.
The cortisol awakening response. We want that cortisol to spike at 8 a.m., not 3 a.m.
Exactly. And to do that, you have to get bright, natural light in your eyes within an hour of waking up.
So just open the curtains wide as soon as you get up.
Or even better, have your morning coffee outside on the porch for 10 minutes. That morning light hits your retina and sets the timer for the entire day.
I want to finish by just sort of reflecting on the mindset here, because we've gone through a lot of science, and honestly, some of Barbara O'Neill's protocols can feel intense.
They can be. They're rigorous. And for a senior body, the idea of a huge, dirty kitchen detox can just be too much.
And maybe even a bit risky if you push too hard.
I agree completely. My clinical take is to start with support, not with the deep clean. Focus on phase 3 first, get hydrated, get regular, focus on getting enough magnesium, don't start scrubbing until the doors and windows are open.
That feels so much gentler. And that gentle approach should apply to the 3 a.m. moment itself.
The stress about stress.
Yes. You wake up, you see the clock, and you get angry. Oh no, I'll be exhausted tomorrow.
And that anger and frustration just spikes your cortisol even higher. You're literally pouring fuel on the fire.
So the advice is just acceptance. Don't fight it. Dr. Berg suggests reading a boring book.
A boring book is key. Or just lie there and rest.
There's real value in just resting your body in the dark. You're still recovering, even if you're not fully asleep.
The waking isn't a failure. It's just feedback from your body.
Okay, I'm awake. Maybe I need more magnesium tomorrow. Maybe I should have had that handful of almonds before bed.
Treat it with curiosity, not anger.
Exactly. Listen to the message. Try one small thing.
Just one small adjustment. See how your body responds. It's all about progress, not perfection.
Stay vibrant.